Hello and welcome to another new video. This is, where is it? Leo Swedish. Is it Leo?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
sweet.
the
Got it
Leo
right.
Tier 7 Swedish medium. And the reason we're doing this video now is because the new Swedish medium line's coming out and it will be coming off of said Leo. So you need to get your Leo back
Said
if you haven't
Leo?
got enough XP on it to unlock a Tier 8 tank, or if you've only just done it anyway, or you're coming up to it to get it. This is a bit of a guide and refresher for those who've played it before. Of
What if you've
to
not done it
expect.
at all?
Well, you need to get to it quick before the new line comes out. Not sure what they're going to be yet. Probably a Centurion at Tier 8, knowing it being Swedish.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
true.
wait and see.
Yeah.
The Dragoon, I think it's the Emil 52's just come out as well, premium tank. Pre-release
awesome.
of the line coming out.
Yeah.
So the Tier 7 Leo as a medium, what's he up against? He's up against Panthers. He's up against the T20 on the American line, the Comet on the British line, and various others on the Russian. The little object, the frying pan, reverse frying pan, and
About Evans?
Evis, yeah, he's coming up against them obviously, but his main competition medium tank wise is set above. So
How about lights?
yeah.
I'm just asking.
So we'll have a look at the packages. There's a couple you can pick from on the top packages. There's the bigger gun and there's the littler gun. And you can see the 10cm gun does 155 pen for 300 damage, 194 premium for 300 damage, but it's got a whacking aim time of 3 seconds and a .42 accuracy.
I did wonder where the point was.
Yeah, it's
point.
just
It's
both
3 seconds.
Yeah, and it's got a 5.33 rounds per minute ratio to get off. So it packs a bigger punch. Does a little bit more alpha damage, but it takes longer to do. As I say, longer to do, not just the fire rate, but the actual takes a while, just like you just said, to aim in and actually fire the gun.
Is this big gun?
This is a little one. This is a 7.5
okay.
centimeter can Stritzvarn 74 gun, which has got a mighty impressive 13.33 rounds per minute. So you can see the fire rate's nearly it's over double. It's only 3 times as much. Not as much pen, only 7 down, but you've half the alpha damage, so we're only doing 150. But we're firing nearly 3 times as many rounds, and we're aiming in 1.8 seconds with a better accuracy as well, 0.33. So that's why I've gone with this gun. The other stats you can see there, it's got that 500 brake horsepower from the DB605 engine. Traverses at half decent as well, 35 degrees per second. And the turret armour it's even in another. You'd be surprised what you'd bounce off that 70 front auto plate. 30 and 20 outside, you've got to watch out for HE rounds and be vulnerable to them. Your big Japanese heavies.
You know, with that reload, do you find you bounce a lot and miss a lot?
Cannon, yeah. To be fair, it's one of them weird ones where it doesn't feel like you've got that much good pen. I mean, 148 is not bad for Tier 7, don't get me wrong, it's not brilliant, but it feels pretty poor sometimes. And then it's usual, it's World of Tanks, it's RNG. Depends what mood it's in.
Well, that's what I mean. You've got a quick reload, so you're going to bounce a lot and miss a lot, aren't you?
It just depends what mood RNG's in when you play, which is a bit of a ball ache of the game at the minute, because it's just generally what knackers you up.
Yeah.
That's what stops you playing. One game you can pen cider and every tank easy, next game you can't pen him for love of the money, or even hit him, depending on what mood it's in.
I don't know why they make 2 versions, like an arcade version, like it is now, with RNG playing a big effect, or a hardcore version where when you aim at something,
Actually, it's where you should.
Yeah, and it pens if it should do. I'm just saying.
I know where you're coming from, but back to this tank. 19.92 power to 8 ratio, so this thing can get about that 500 brake horsepower engine. That's its lack of armour coming into the fore there. That's why you can see it's so fast. The gun, it's pretty decent now. This is why I choose this gun. Gun depression as well as elevation, 10 degrees depression, 15 elevation. I'm not really going to go into the old terrain resistance.
Don't mean anything.
Yeah, don't really feel any difference from one tank to another. 300 centimetre view range, which again is it's on the good side of being half decent. 710 signal. So when you get to the ammo, you see a slight difference here in the shell velocities. Quite a bit more when you fire a premium round, over 200 more meters per second, and it drops way off for your HE, which is why I only take 3, because they're pretty much pointless. They've got no penetration, they only do slightly more damage as well, so I don't really bother with them.
You've got 3 HE?
That's all I take, just for emergencies. It's not even worth bothering loading for artillery and stuff like that. The pen's that low. And that's where you cruise it. And then armour, I'm not even going to bother going through armour, it's self-explanatory. You get shot, you're getting penned.
I know, but the RNG might say no.
Yeah, I think I do block some in this game, having said that. It's not got much to it. So we're on that old map, which is a new map, which is Overlook, because you don't get no new maps on World of Tanks, you just get new tanks every week. So you stick with the old ones, so everybody knows how to play them by now. So we're just going to push this mid-ridge. And I've gone for the old replay style 8. So I want to show really where I'm looking while I'm playing this as to what I'm actually doing.
It's still watchable.
Spotted a tank there straight away, back up. Again, you're vulnerable to artillery. So I'm going to try and stay up move once you're spotted. You don't really want to sit still.
There's only one artillery.
Yeah, so we'll have a look round, see who's with us, see what backup we've got fettling around or behind this bank with us.
Can't see. There's a light tank.
I mean, that's the problem with the Leo. You can't be, I keep saying it in numerous videos, but you don't want to be the focal attention in this thing.
No.
It's not a bruiser. It's not a, you can rely on, like in the Comet, sometimes you can get away with pushing a ridgeline and using the frontal turret armour as a bit of a backup to deflect a few shots.
It's no Comet.
Yeah, it's no Comet. But it's got other traits that the Comet ain't got. It's a bit more nimble, it's a bit faster, and I don't know, I just like the gun a little bit more than the Comet one. A bit more reliable with the accuracy side of things. Not that the Comet's inaccurate, I just think the Leo's a little bit more reliable.
Panther? It's better than Panther.
Two different play styles altogether.
I think you've got the choice of gun on this, haven't you? Panther, you get 130 damage.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's not the best. It's not the best. It would be ideal to have a gun you could do a bit more damage in, but then you're into Panther 2 territory, which has not got the most amazing gun. We're only 240 damage at tier 8. So you can see if you did put the 300 damage 10cm gun on the Leo, you would be packing a punch. But you've got to sit there and you've got to aim in for 3 seconds and you've got no armour, so you're vulnerable. Kind of goes against your weaknesses to get that big shot in. So this is why I choose the 7.5. Have a good look around, see what's happening on beach. We notice that it looks even numbers wise, but it seems to be struggling a little bit. So yeah, we're going to use that 10 degrees of gun depression we've got, that mobility we've got as well, and we're just going to try and hang over Fury down there. Easy meat. We're not going to struggle to pen that guy, just got to wait for him to come out. There he is, 161. Nice roll there. We've rolled 11 up. Can we finish him off? Tracks. Finished him off. Nice. First kill of the game.
That's your fast reload though.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. But you could say that, but if I'd had the big gun on the Division, I'd have killed him anyway.
True.
Well, so it's pros and cons. Yeah, but you're going to see that fast reload coming. We're looking at that Tiger one up there. He's got an STA2 problem. Just going to have a look. We've got a VKP to his side and another tier 7 VK as well. STA2 tier 8 medium in front of us. Not a lot of armour. I've not really got to worry about hitting weak spots on him, which is penning. So we're just going to start rinsing now.
You spamming? Oh, standard rounds.
Yeah, standard rounds. So. No, I think we've got some loaded here for him.
Yeah, you got
switch back.
I think you switch.
Got the wire and firing them, to be fair. I've switched back there, look. I realised we've got them loaded. I think I was going to go for that VK. And it didn't happen, so I'm going to go for him now. We'll think about it. Just thinking about chasing down this STA2. Like I say, you can see how you can use a ridgeline in a Leo. You can push it, you can drop back. It's very nimble, back and forward. You like a good rocking tank, as you like to call them.
Is this like a tier 7 Cromwell?
No, it's not. Nowhere near. It's not got that kind of mobility or fire rate. You always say it, but this is what I find the best thing to do in a Leo is pick your fight.
Yeah.
I'm constantly thinking here now, I'm pushing and then I'm backing off. I'm pushing again, turn away. That fight's not going to work well for me. So we'll leave that. Again, it's a support tank. I know that's what medium is in theory. It tries to support its heavies and lights where it can. If it needs to push, it can. But you really have got to in the Leo. You really have got to. And I think it does it. I mean, the Panther don't turn as well as this. The T20 ain't got quite as much firepower as the Leo, and as nimble as it. It is one of the better tier 7 mediums for me. But they are a real poor commodity.
What, a good tier 7 medium?
The tier 43 on the Russian line, as the object 4-1, just not good.
Is that the frying pan?
Yeah.
Oh, that's shocking. Yeah, it's not good at all, man.
And the A44 into I think at the tier 7 is just not great tanks.
No, not the best.
Comet's pretty good. I don't like the T20 as much, to be honest with you. And then the VK's okay, but it's not much better than the tier 7 one, if I'm being honest. So the Leo's not got much competition to be a good tank. Usually playable. I mean, you see, I've only got 6 kills, but again, we're just pushing them boundaries. And then I know this guy's got a bigger reload. Can we get into him? Well, he's distracted. This is going to show its mobility, best case scenario. But I don't really know what he's shooting at there. But never trust a player in a black tank. You always swear by that. And he's put one hole into us, straightened up there, and it straightened his gun up as we straightened up. So we fired one, missed him. But we can chase him down. I'm not worried about mobility-wise on this thing.
You are chasing him down as well, aren't you?
Yeah, and that's the other thing you can do when you're in this with this gun is it's easier to shoot on the move and get things. If you've got the big 10cm, then this is not so easy.
Okay.
Again, back up as other heavies. I think it's the IS3s and the I6 are going to be an absolute monster for me in this game. He's just going to take the hits for me. He's going to bully things, and I'm just going to pick up the pieces around him.
See.
It's going to give me a little nudge here, which is not helpful, but he still gets a shot in.
Why didn't you stay there? You backed up.
Yeah. There we've got one inside his turret there to finish him off.
Yeah.
Great support from his teammates. So we're still even at this point. It's still in the balance, this game. We've got 3 kills, 14 shots in. We're doing okay. We've still got a vast amount of hit points left. Scorpion G.
You're actually shooting on the move there without
this is the sad thing about World of Tanks. It's easier to do, and it's more chance of hitting by not aiming. You aim in, your chances are you're going to miss.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's arcade mode. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, I had a game early with Jagdpanther 2 when I was just cresting over a ridge line, so you could just see my gun over the top of it. I shot at a Chinese heavy, Tier 9, a WZ. Missed him altogether while I was stationary, fully aimed in. He snapped his turret round and hit me.
Beautiful.
Well, he was still chugging forward slightly. When I like, oh, that's how we play these days. Equaliser there, another one. So I've kind of left my IS friend to deal with that.
Yeah, don't blame
T32 behind while I get rid of this artillery.
Beautiful.
Swing it back round. It was like gun depression.
He's still at it. Look, he's still going.
Yeah. The Kvyats. He's having a good fight with him. I think he's firing HE because he never seems to do more. See the Tiger at the top of the hills thinking about bobbing down and having some fun. He's stuck running to the side, but again, auto lock, fire off. It's pointless aiming these days. It's took all the skill out of World of Tanks for me these days. There's no aiming for weak spots. There's no aiming for cupolas anymore. There's no aiming for ports and covers.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Machine gun ports. There's nothing of that now. It's just drive round, auto lock, shoot, hit, pen. Guy who's sat there trying to aim in on weak spots is getting nowhere. Yeah, absolutely nowhere. No new maps, nothing. Or gets a new tank that they want to sell every week to make more money. They're not interested in what fan base want. The RNG is a massive issue at the minute, and no one seems to be addressing it or doing anything about it. All we do is get constant updates that change slight little bits on the menus or the way you display things on the game, and it's just nothing's actually changing for the benefit of the player.
It's like old school players been playing it too long, but new players come in and think, "Oh, this is good." Just say.
I was going to say that. Here's my friend use him as a bit of a meat shield. You can see there.
Get on with your Leo.
Yeah, we've got his top gun done already. We're just waiting for him to shoot his friend there. Just pop out. I mean, this is what I talk about. His gun. Yeah. You can't do this with a bigger gun on. That's why I think this is the best gun for the Leo. I've had enough of trying to dodge shots now. Let's just take one. I'm going to take it. I've got the hit points to do it, so we're just going to finish him off now. I know I've got a better fire rate.
Yeah,
Bop. Not going to struggle to pen the target. He has took his tracks out, which has made a bit of a sitting duck, but there's this friend there. He's helped us out amazingly this game. He's done a real good job for us. He's literally took the hits. Absolutely took the hits. He's done his job, basically. He's been brilliant. We've got one left. I think it's an IS3. We need it for his Radley.
Oh, look at that. You're working together. Look at that.
Yeah. It's not very often you get teamwork in World of Tanks, which is strange. Yeah. Because it works.
Yeah,
it's the strangest thing about teamwork is it actually gets work stuff done, and it's productive, but it never happens. But I can't fault this guy in this game. He's been an amazing backup, absolutely amazing. He's done exactly what he should be doing, and he gets the reward himself. You'll see it in the end. He's had a really good game. I think he's done over 4,000 damage himself. It takes the eye caliber off him. So, but I can't argue because he's earned it. He's deserved it. Played really well. So we've got this last tank. I'm just trying to stop out of his vision because it's too late, because I know his turret's really slow. And again, this is what I'm talking about with the Leo, where its mobility. It's very usable. Very usable. Agile, gets around the map. He's going that wrong side of the building. Just need to duck back in because then without taking that tree out, but it is what it is. And his friend there, I think he's firing HE, he's just took his tracks out. His IS3 fires as well, just as we get there. And now he's just the proverbial sitting duck. We've only got 3 rounds of ammunition left on the standard round, so we'll swatch round. Finish him off, we'll get his 8 kills, 32 shots, only spotted 2, and not much assisted, but not the kind of game you can get spotting on Overlord.
I like your new method of showing it in replay. I like that.
It just shows you where we're looking, what I'm doing, we're checking out, see what tanks are around me.
Different, isn't it?
Silver, it's just tech tree tank, so it's not going to make vast amounts. A lot of XP there, or a boost, I'm not going to lie to you. I went hanging about getting enough XP to get this done. So 4,174 damage from them, 32 shots, 8 kills, 2 detected, and there's it. Mr. Warren Wayne had an awesome game in his Kvyats 1. 2 kills for 4,237 damage. That were Tier 8 games, so you can see that gun doesn't struggle in them.
Thank you very much, Colour05, for obviously your whining and your tank knowledge. Later.